Welcome to Footsteps and Tyretracks. If you've not seen my channel before, behind me is Siouxsie. Today I'm going to give you a tour around the van and tell you what I know about it so far, my thoughts and plans and what we're going to do. Siouxsie is a VW T4 based Autosleeper, the Clubman GL model. It's got a 2.5 102 brake horsepower engine, which is turbocharged and fuel injected. This particular model is a 2-berth. And I'll walk around you the outside. It's based on a short wheelbase, so it's quite easy to drive. We chose this one because of the features that it already has on it. As you can see at the back, it already has a bike rack. To the side, it has a wind-out awning. Coming a bit closer, you can see that we have an onboard water tank. We have a water heater, gas locker, and hookup. As you can see, the previous owner broke the hookup. That would be one of the things we'll be replacing. And that is the locker for the toilet cassette, which is a nice little bonus. We've added a couple of bits and pieces to the van already. One of the things I think is very important is these wind deflectors. This van doesn't have air conditioning, so when you're driving in heat, you do need some airflow. The wind deflectors do tend to enable you to have a little bit of air flowing through the van without too much noise. Also, when you're camping in hot weather, you can crack off the front windows a little bit and maintain airflow. Also added a bonnet deflector. Now this is personal choice really. Some people won't like it, some people will. It does tend to keep the stone chips off the bonnet, and personally I think it adds to the styling. We're undecided whether we were going to fit alloys to this vehicle, and decided that we quite like the retro styling of moon discs. They're a lot cheaper. You don't have to worry about the load weight on your wheels because you've got steels in behind. I quite like the moon discs. Tell me in the comments what you think of them. Well, as you can see, inside the van, there is loads of storage. We have all our junk up there. We have all the bedding, that big front one. That's a huge cupboard there. We have more cupboards here. And as we come round, we have food cupboards. As you can see, the food cupboard there. We have more food cupboards, lots of snack foods that last, just in case we decide to go out on the off chance and we got something with us, food and coffee, so we're happy. Let's come down this side, exactly the same, loads of cupboards overhead, and at the back, above the kitchen area, we have two smaller cupboards, not huge, but they're big enough to put your condiments in. We have two sofas that convert into a bed, so you can sleep sideways across the van. For me and Vay, that is absolutely fine because we're short, so we can fit that way. But if you're taller, you can actually add the extra pieces in on the front. Up here, these come out and extend the bed, so you end up with a queen size bed, which is ideal if you want a really big bed. We've not felt the need to use that. Behind the seats, there's storage for the tables. You can see a large table there. And on this side we have a small table in the boxes. I do wonder if we were to lose this arm and that box, this chair does spin, so it would give us more seating area in the van. I'm still undecided about that. What have you done? Have you got an Autosleeper? Have you changed it? Let me know. As we come down further, we have two slide out drawers on this side. There's always some alcohol somewhere in this van. And on the other side, we have fold down with a fairly large area there as well. And there's two fold down cupboards. You'll notice here, that is for the table. We have one there, and come down, we have one here. So you can set the van up with a small table, large table, or the two tables together to have a table the entire length of the cabin. We tend to use a small table and we think that's adequate. We have another cupboard here which we use as a wardrobe. You can see got plenty of space in here. It also has the control for the water heater. Yes, there's a hot water heater on this van as well. And you can also see that is where the legs for the tables. Probably one of the best things is we have a bathroom. You see, if we go down, we have a toilet. I mentioned the cassette earlier. We have a sink. And come up there, we also have a shower, which is going to be absolutely brilliant. Not needed to use it yet, but I'm sure we will. There's roof vent and toilet and lights. In fact, there's lights, more lights than you need in this van, but that's not an issue. You don't have to turn them all on. We have lights underneath here, we have reading lights, we have main lights, we have reading lights there, and main lights. We have main lights up there as well. There's also a roof vent here. You can see another light. And if we come to the back of the van, we have a vent above the cooking area as well. This vent is actually currently damaged. I think we'll change that to have a proper 12-volt vent in it, so we can draw out smells when we're cooking. You'll notice these little straps everywhere. This is to hold everything in place. And then we have a lovely little sink, which is perfect for two people. Below the sink, we have more storage. A little cutlery drawer there. We can get our frying pan and a few other little pots and pans in below that. Below that cupboard, we have another relatively large cupboard as well. And you can see at the bottom, we have a leisure battery. Now my plan is to increase the van to 2 leisure batteries, which is plenty of size there, and have solar panels on the roof and a 12-volt inverter as well. I think that will help us more when we've not got a hookup. All the windows in the van are double glazed. That helps you keep the warmth in. And in the summer, you can open up to let air in. Now you might say, well, that's all very well, but we don't want to let the mozzies in. Now, in behind here, we have fly screens. So you can have the windows wide open and stop the flies coming in. And you'll also notice that every window has a blind. And we also have curtains. We have curtains around the front of the van. You can see where they go around the van. You can see curtains there. At the back, obviously in a cooking area, we just have a blind. You wouldn't want curtains somewhere where you're cooking. Up above the door, we have our 12-volt, our pump switch, and the ability to check our battery. We have another curtain here that we can draw across the back, so it keeps the cabin cozier. We have a lovely little drinks cabinet as well. Sadly, all the original items are missing. We will try and find them, but it does seem to be quite difficult to find these parts. You have 4 wine glasses, and there's a bottle as well that should be in there. And below that, we have a 3-way fridge. So we can have it on 12-volt hookup, or we can have it on gas. Also have lots and lots of 12-volt sockets. We got one there. We got one below the seat there. We've got one there. We got one just inside the door. So it gives us plenty of options when we are on hookup to have 12-volt supply. Gas central heating in the van with warm air blow. And we tried it out last weekend when it was really wet and horrible up at Oktoberfest, and it worked lovely. Warmed up the van really nicely. You can see, hopefully, just down there you can see one of the warm air blows, and the other one is in the bathroom. That helps dry out the bathroom. Well, I hope you enjoyed the tour around our van. Gives you an idea of what we bought and the reasons why we bought it. I hope you're going to join us on lots of our trips. Join us on our adventures. And if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to stay with us and experience more of our travels, more of our videos, more of my little tips and tricks on how-tos, subscribe to the channel. You know, we really appreciate it. We're seeing a little bit of an uptake just recently, and each and every one of you is really important to me. Now, if you see me around, I'll carry stickers. So if you want a sticker, just come up to me and say, hey, can I have one of your stickers, please? Really appreciate it, because not only do you get a free sticker, I'll get a little bit of free advertising, so we both win. See you next time, guys. Have a good one. I just thought I'd show you this beautiful scene.